Hello, my name is Jason Hacks from Brisbane, Australia. I have the privilege of introducing the speaker on this audio, Glenn Sparks from Southern Oregon. I've had the pleasure of knowing Glenn and his wife Gayla for over 10 years, and on top of raising a family of 9 gorgeous children, I've always been impressed with their passion for helping others and their tireless efforts towards enriching the lives of everyone they come in contact with. Glenn's background has been in advertising, real estate, health clubs and charitable giving. Today, in this presentation, he will outline exactly how we can now help those closest to us create their own economies, eradicate personal debt, and at the same time, help feed the starving children of the world.
Hi, this is Glenn Sparks. I consider myself to be very fortunate to have been raised by loving parents who taught me at a very early age that there were blessings associated with having regard for the poor and less fortunate. They taught me this principle not just in theory, but also by their day-to-day actions. As a family, we began supporting a Korean orphan named Kim Jo-duk. We received pictures and thank you notes from her, and even though our meager gifts and care packages were extremely significant in her life as she grew up, it was always frustrating for us that we couldn't do more. We didn't have much in the way of resources ourselves, and what we could do seemed like such a tiny drop in the ocean when compared to the growing need that was out there in the world. Chances are you're a lot like me. You have a burden to help, but what you're able to do is so very small in comparison to the need. We all have a limited amount of resources available to help those who are truly impoverished. Working together, we now have a chance to do something truly significant, to earn a living while having a significant impact on world hunger. What if it was possible over the next few weeks to build a substantial Plan B income with no capital investment, no technical knowledge or highly specialized skill sets, no burdensome time commitments, no employees, no selling products to friends, neighbors, or relatives, no filling your garage or car trunk full of items you don't want or need. You only had a 20-second commute to your office, made a substantial personal income, and in addition to all these things, an involvement in the philanthropic effort of providing food to starving children. I know, you're probably thinking that sounds too good to be true, so it probably is. Quick question. Is that a good enough reason not to look further? As most of us know, there are two major global issues right now that are screaming for our attention. In economic downturns like we're experiencing today, there is a major drop-off in benevolent giving. Worldwide hunger is a very real concern, and agencies that are usually reliable in addressing these problems are starving for financial support. 6 million children under the age of 5 are dying every year because of starvation. 6 million children. That's more than 16,000 children every day. To give that some perspective, what if you were to wake up to the headline tomorrow morning stating that 50 jet airliners crashed last night, killing 16,000? Imagine the outrage that would ensue, a virtual blizzard of media coverage, the governments of the world uniting to bring those responsible to justice, the worldwide anger and horror that such an occurrence was even possible. Air traffic would come to an instant halt as authorities desperately tried to work out what had happened. There would be hearings and investigations mandated from the highest levels of world governing authorities in an effort to discover who was to blame and to make sure that it never happened again. Now imagine that it happened again tonight while you slept, and tomorrow night, and the next night. It strains the imagination to even visualize that such a thing were possible. But it did happen. And it will happen again tonight, and tomorrow, and the next day. No media, no heads of state, no investigations, yet more than 16,000 children under the age of 5 are dying every day of preventable causes directly related to malnutrition. That's 1 every 5.4 seconds. Let me ask you a question. How would things be different if these were our very own children? The second major concern that's affecting all of us is the global economy. We are all feeling the effects of this financial tsunami in some form or another. Layoffs, bailouts, foreclosures, bankruptcies. Let's face it, it's hard to focus on the needs of starving children when most of us are becoming our own best charity cases. Especially since these children we're talking about are generally ignored in the evening news. They're halfway around the world, very young, and even if they were old enough to say thank you, it would be in language you don't understand. They don't have rich petroleum reserves, and they can't be categorized as a national security risk. It's the 800-pound gorilla in the room that nobody wants to talk about. The current efforts of benevolent programs are truly applaudable, but the task at hand is just so great. They simply don't have the mechanism in place to significantly impact a catastrophe of such magnitude. A solution for such a massive crisis must employ the efforts of the masses to solve it. But that's the dilemma. How can average, normal people like us, when most of us are really hurting financially right now, do anything significant, anything truly impactful? What if there was a way to kill the two proverbial birds with the one fabled stone? What if you could directly impact, in a significant way, the world hunger crisis while at the same time addressing your own financial concerns? I think we all agree that charitable giving is good. But wouldn't you also agree that creating a perpetually growing, fund-generating machine would have to be better? The old method of expecting wealthy contributors to fund charitable efforts out of their surpluses is certainly honorable, but it is simply inadequate to the task at hand. We must move people out of the paradigm of simply viewing themselves as contributors or donors and into a position of power where they view themselves as workers in the charitable effort. Just as the administrative and support staffs of charitable organizations earn salaries to support their families as they meet the needs of the poor, home business households can now create an income to support their families while they put their efforts into the noble cause of feeding starving children. It's just like you hear in the pre-flight instructions aboard any airline in the world prior to takeoff. Put your own mask on first. It's not that you don't love your children, or that you are more concerned with your own survival above theirs. You simply have to be capable of giving them assistance. It made sense to me that I wasn't going to be of any ongoing significant help to the poor and needy if I was one of them. This is what makes our project sustainable and self-funding. Please understand, we are not trying to simply solicit donations to feed starving children. As noble as that effort might be, we are asking you to consider doing something much more significant. We're asking that you consider being the part of something truly profound. You can be directly responsible for the birth of a geometric progression that can result in the multiplication of your efforts by hundreds, thousands, even tens of thousands of times. It's been said that if you can build a brick, you can build a city. So what if we were able to tap into one of the most powerful economic forces in world history and use it as the engine to drive our child-feeding machine? I'm talking about the same power that accounts for success stories like Facebook, Google, and Yahoo, MasterCard, Visa, and American Express, as well as virtually all television, radio, and print media networks. This driving force is the billions of dollars that worldwide merchants dedicate every year to maintain and increase their market share, their advertising dollars. Merchants worldwide habitually dedicate a few cents out of every dollar that we spend on their products and services and reinvest them directly into advertising campaigns designed to bring us back in increasing numbers to spend even more of our dollars with them. What if there was a way to turn that model upside down? What if a few of us got together and decided to take responsibility and stewardship over our shopping dollars and offer our dedicated shopping loyalty to a neighborhood grocery store in exchange for a small discount? Instead of the merchant having to spend advertising dollars to draw us in, we willingly and proactively offer that to them. Now, what if we were able to expand our numbers and offer our shopping loyalty to other merchants as well? The merchants are receiving exactly what they want, dedicated, loyal shopping traffic from customers who are actively seeking them out, and we as the buying public are receiving discounts on purchases that are already a natural part of our household budgets, a true win-win scenario. Well, such a shopping network already exists. Although new to the United States and Canada, they are a 10-year-old company and are fully operational on every continent and in over 40 countries. With approximately 3 million members, they are the largest shopping community in the world. They have universalized the rewards card concept for rewarding consumer loyalty and have added an aggressive referral feature to it. It is currently accepted by over 150,000 merchants worldwide and can be utilized for both online and offline shopping. It is free to join, and there are no automatic shipments, no annual fees, no product purchase requirements. Now stay with me here and think about this on the most basic, fundamental, foundational level, the brick, if you will. The Network Goodness Project taps into this endless stream of found money generated by the real market for things without having to increase a person's individual household budget at all. MasterCard and Visa don't care what you purchase. They're going to receive their service charges paid for by the merchants at the point of sale. We have found a way to participate in that same transaction, just on the cash side of things instead of on the credit side, rewarding the individuals actually making the purchases instead of rewarding the large credit card conglomerates. These everyday shopping transactions are the brick, and we can use this brick to build the city. To participate in the Network Goodness Project, we are asking for 2 simple commitments. Number 1 is to begin immediately to take stewardship over your everyday shopping decisions. Although it's easy to do, it's also easy not to do. Although most people are accustomed to shopping impulsively, we are asking our members to take personal responsibility for these decisions. Number 2 is to expand the community of members by getting this same information to at least 4 other individuals who will join us in this effort. We have a simple proven plan of action that will guide you into all the specifics and give you the tools that you will need to do all the heavy lifting for you. The initial savings generated by found money from your normal everyday purchases, combined with the small percentages generated by the shopping of those whom you refer, are deposited into a cash account in your free web office. Although these funds can be used for personal purposes or for any of your own favorite charities, the Network Goodness Project recommends the combining of our efforts to synergistically involve ourselves in what we call transformation projects. These transformation projects are long-term sustainable efforts in specific communities all over the developing world. They allow us to be personally involved with these communities and individuals we are helping, to hear their stories, to see their pictures, know their names, and yes, even visit their communities if you wish. You can find out more about these transformation projects by going to our distribution partner's website, www.goodworksnow.org. Although the project is fully funded by these first fruits of our shopping efforts, there is always a remaining discount that the merchants have contributed that is over and above what we have already addressed. These funds go into a comprehensive compensation plan that is designed to create a significant income source for those who wish to dedicate more serious amounts of their time and energies to the project. So get back to the person who directed you to this presentation and secure your free trial membership in our shopping community today. They will direct you to websites where you can receive more thorough information about how that aspect of the program works. You will then be invited to a live web conference where we will outline all the specifics of the Network Goodness Project and our simple proven plan of action. You literally have nothing to lose. And who knows, we might just put an end to this world hunger crisis. I hope you would agree that this possibility is worth the investment of a few minutes of your time. I thank you for giving this your prayerful consideration.